I would say that art is my life. I use a lot of weird objects like straw, scrap yarn, scrap fabric.
Create a mess into a new beginning, right?
Yes, completely.
Sketching to resin, from clay to crochet.
She wanted to have an art sleepover at my place.
Wow.
She wanted
Workshops, birthday art parties.
Sometimes our mouth will say the wrong thing.
Hey everyone, today I'm hanging out with Archana. She's an amazing artist who has mastered the art to reinvent herself. The talk is going to be about finding your true calling. Archana, your journey has been anything but conventional. From an aspiring doctor, engineer, you have become a full-time artist and an entrepreneur. How did this transformation actually take place? And was there like a defining moment when you really discovered that creativity was like your inner calling?
I grew up in a very creative household because my mother was a professional artist. So that environment exposed me to a wide variety of art forms even as a child. But academics always took center stage. I was very good in biology and I wanted to become a doctor.
Wow.
But I eventually ended up doing my undergrad in electrical engineering. Subsequently, I went on to pursue my master's in electronics and computer engineering at NUS.
Wow.
And then I began my career as a software engineer at Honeywell. And my first son was born and I decided to quit my job and be a stay-at-home mother. But I think deep down, art was always the space that made me feel truly alive. And I think that realization gave me the courage to take the leap of faith and convert my passion to purpose and make it my full-time identity. And today I'm fortunate to say that I'm a full-time artist, art educator, jewelry designer. I conduct corporate workshops and birthday party events, and I also do customized jewelry or personalized gifts. All I can say is that it's never too late to reinvent yourself.
That's so nice. That's so beautiful, Archana. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Archana, tell us something. How do your creative ideas usually come to you?
I think as an artist, ideas just come to you instinctively, probably as a culmination of years of observation, practice and experience. But as a teacher, I believe that creativity is always grounded in understanding. I help my students learn the basics, fundamentals, and I expose them to a wide variety of materials and medium. And I encourage them to bring out their own interpretation of the thing, so that their individual personalities shine through. And so even if you start with the same idea, the outcome is uniquely different.
True. That's beautiful. How you make them listen to their own inner voice. Archana, there are so many art classes today, but what do you think makes your art style and your teaching style different from the others?
I think it's the creative freedom and the level of personalization that I offer. Unlike other classes where everybody is forced to create the same artwork, I believe that every student should have the freedom to explore their own art or interests in at their own pace.
Sure.
And I think the level of freedom and guidance is also customizable. I can balance the parents' expectations with the child's interests.
Sure.
And also there is something for everyone. You want weekly regular classes, or you want to create an art portfolio, you want to work on a school project, you want to make a painting for your living room or a personalized gift for somebody, or just want to de-stress and enjoy and just do some art jamming.
Sure.
Everybody is welcome. You have an idea and you don't know how to put it into art, translate it into art, I can help you materialize it. And if you are clueless also, I can help you.
That's incredible, Archana, because I know that having a mass art class is very easy, but giving that individual love from your heart to each and every student is something unique.
And also another thing is that they don't need to bring their own materials and provide all the materials. They just need to bring enthusiasm to the table. And also I give them access to a very huge inventory of over 5,000 materials from wide range of mediums and everything.
It's a lot.
But yet I can confidently say that my charges are very reasonable in all of Singapore.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't believe in trapping people with the package, sign up for 10, pay for 10 sessions and such.
Yeah.
I believe in my skills that I don't need to trap them with such packages. Of course, giving this level of personalized level of teaching approach and also a huge inventory is incredibly taxing. but I want to put my heart and soul into every student's creative journey, because I think for me it's not just a job, it's a passion.
Archana, tell me something. What is the first medium that you mastered? And if today there's one medium that intimidates you a little bit, then what would that be?
I think pencil sketch is my first love that I really connected with.
Oh,
I love the simplicity of how with a simple pencil you can create so much of realism, emotion and depth. And one that haunts me or daunts me even now is probably resin, because
tell me about it.
it's very unpredictable, and when you want it to go in a certain way it won't, and it has like a mind of its own.
Yeah.
And I think that unpredictability is a boon as well as a bane. We'll have to use it to our advantage.
So true, so true. I feel like there's a spiritual lesson in this. The things that we try to control the most are the ones that we can't.
Yes,
That's beautiful. We learn so much deeper through art, right?
definitely.
Archana, you have dabbled various mediums of art, right from face painting to furniture makeover. Is there anything that you won't turn into art? I wonder sometimes. And tell me if there was one weird object that you used to create art from.
I think artists eventually see creative possibilities everywhere. I have experimented on furniture, wood, glass, bottle, fabric,
Wow.
and a lot of unexpected surfaces. Coming to weirdest objects, I think I use a lot of weird objects like straw,
Wow.
scrap yarn, scrap fabric,
Oh, really?
broken ceramics, bottle, caps,
Wow.
plastic
That's
bottles,
interesting.
even comb or kitchen sponge.
Wow.
Name it.
Wow.
In fact, my first mosaic project happened because I broke my favorite coffee mug and I didn't want to discard it. So it broke exactly in half,
Oh,
which was very convenient. I thought,
Perfect.
let me make my first mosaic project.
wow. That is so
I think in art, you can convert anything, even unwanted things or garbage, into trash to treasure.
so true, right?
You can turn anything into a beautiful object.
So true. I think that is the real beauty of an artist, Archana. Like you can create a mess into a new beginning, right?
Yes,
So
completely.
lovely. Archana, being a solopreneur means you are the CEO, you are the artist, and you are also the marketing manager. Which hat is really the hardest one to wear for you?
I think I would say top 3 hats are social media management,
Oh yeah.
inventory management, and I think marketing. I think creating art feels very natural to me, but
course.
constantly marketing, promoting, managing visibility and content
Yeah.
creation and inventory management is really hard. Apart from creativity, you have to balance your business, your time management and everything else. And also juggling being a mom of 2 kids is also hard. I think the balancing act is also hard.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Art is going inward, whereas marketing is going outward,
Yes.
right? So it's a huge challenge.
It's
sure.
for me.
Yeah.
I think that takes up a different level of effort and time to do all the rest of the things.
Totally understand.
Art is natural, but others are not.
I know. Archana, tell us, what is the one most rewarding thing that you've heard from your student after a workshop?
Once a student told me that she wanted to have an art sleepover at my place. She wanted to stay at my place and create art all day. That is
Wow.
one memorable
Oh, that's so
incident.
sweet,
And another one is one of my students relocated to Australia, and she came to Singapore for just 3 days. And after an 8-hour journey in the flight, she came in the jacket straight to my art class, and that really, really touched my heart.
That's so
I'll never forget that. I think it's, and also if a lot of people are now relocating to other countries. So when they move, they have an emotional moment with me when they say bye to me. I think
Sure.
that shows how art is not just about finishing projects. It's about connections and being a part of somebody's creative journey.
That's beautiful. And I also think that you have created that safe space for them where they can be themselves.
Yes.
It's lovely, Archana. You're a great teacher and
Thank
a
you.
mentor. You also work with so many incredible diverse mediums, from sketching to resin, from clay to crochet. Oh my god, that's quite a lot. Even shadow boxes, that was my favorite. I've seen that. How do you manage to work with all these diverse mediums?
I think I'm constantly on a quest to experiment and learn new things every day. I think from my biology background has taught me to observe organic life and the fluid form of nature. My engineering has taught me to see the underlying geometry, perspectives, and mechanics.
Wow.
And my software, I think, has taught me to look at everything in a structured, algorithmic way, and I know how to debug a situation. It's fascinating how different disciplines can come together and intersect, even in something like unexpected art.
So true, so true.
And I also maintain an idea journal. I jot down any spark of idea that comes to my head, the most unexpected moments, either on my phone notes or I have a notebook. Whenever any idea comes to me, and then from there I start experimenting. I fail, I refine, I keep practicing again and again. Apart from teaching, there's a lot of learning that goes on simultaneously every day.
So true, so true. I love how you haven't wasted anything that you have learned in your education and how science has allowed you to focus on the little details and engineering has helped you build with logic.
So I can help kids, like I've helped kids with engineering drawing or with their biology.
Wow.
And this.
Archana, you conduct corporate workshops, birthday art parties and kids classes as well. What do you enjoy the most in group settings?
I think in group settings, there will be at least one or a few people who insist that they do not have a single artistic bone in them. And I love to shatter their myths and guide them into their aha moment when they realize that they can actually do something.
That's so nice.
I think that is very, very rewarding and satisfying.
Archana, how has your experience being a mother of two changed your creative process?
I think before I would wait for a perfect, uninterrupted stretch of time to do any art project. But now I don't overthink. I have learned to flow in the gaps and be spontaneous. Because there is little room for overthinking. I just let it flow. And I think I have also become more structured in terms of my curriculum and planning of my classes. And I have also become very adept at setting up and tearing down quickly. Because I think as moms, we have the inherent capability of multitasking.
True. That is lovely. I think that's a great point. You don't really have to also wait for the perfect
Because when you wait for the perfect moment, it never comes. And probably I never created art because I was waiting for that perfect moment. Now I just sit down, in between 10 minutes I have time, I just do it. Even when I'm traveling in the flight, I do some doodling or sketching.
Wow.
Wherever I go. I just don't, I know when to just spontaneously create art.
That's a great
Not wait
takeaway,
for the moment because it's not going to arrive.
Sure. For all the moms out there, I would say you don't really need a whole afternoon like you're listening to Archana. You just need a single moment. She gets things done in 10 minutes. I'm sure you can manage that. Archana, tell me something. What do you do when a creative block hits?
I've realized that creativity rarely flows when I pressurize myself. So I just step back and take my time. Because if I pressurize myself to create something, I wouldn't be happy with the end result. So
that's true.
And I know that I trust the process that creativity will automatically come to you naturally through music or dance or even a simple conversation or experimenting without overthinking.
I think sometimes you just step away from your artwork, live a little and then come back. That's great.
It just comes back to you naturally. You have to just trust the process.
That's true. What are your future goals and dreams now?
Honestly, I feel like I'm already living my dream. I get to create, teach art every single day.
Wow.
I think I can't be happier. But then going forward, I would like to inspire more people and help more people create art. I think art is deeply satisfying, therapeutic, fulfilling, and also emotionally healing.
It's true. Archana, let's have a nice, fun, rapid-fire round. Whatever is the first thing that pops up in your mind, you can say it. Morning workout or midnight painting session?
Midnight painting session.
The tool that you can't live without, it's a pencil or a brush?
Pencil.
Favorite dancing song to de-stress?
Anything actually.
The messiest art that you have ever tried?
Mosaic.
Sari or sweatpants in the studio?
Sweatpants.
The first thing you do when you finish a masterpiece?
Phew.
Silence or music when you create?
Music.
A mistake, a disaster or a happy accident?
Definitely happy accident.
Paper or canvas? Which one understands you better?
Paper.
One word for the feeling of finishing 100-layer box that you did.
Thank God.
That was amazing.
That was for a community, for a Ram Leela event at my college.
Beautiful. It's a lot of effort. Well done.
Thank you.
Kathak or painting? Which one is your breath?
Dance, Kathak and paint while you're doing.
Wow, I love that answer. The best time to brainstorm your art ideas, dawn or dusk?
Anytime. Even in my dreams sometimes.
Your superpower, patience or passion?
Passion.
Art is, in one word.
My soul.
What are you most grateful for?
The opportunity to do whatever I'm doing and follow my passion.
It's lovely. Thank you, Archana. That was a wonderful rapid fire round. Archana, what a perfect place to stop. Thank you for your beautiful energy. And to everybody who's watching, just take a moment and go create.
Thank you so much, Salishma, for
You are
asking
most
such insightful questions.
You are most welcome.